Hi, good morning Morris. My name is Lova Marcus. I'm your invigilator for the OET speaking session on the 27th of February 2020. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning. I'm good. Thank you for asking. How about you?
Well, I'm great. Can you tell me your full name for the record, please?
My full name is Morris Brown.
And what is your candidate number, please?
My candidate number is 201304140.
Thank you. And you are taking this test as a nurse? Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Thank you. Can I see your ID, please?
Sure. Here it is.
The warm-up questions are not assessed and are a chance for us to get used to each other's voices. We'll just talk for 2 to 3 minutes.
All right.
Tell me about a time when you didn't know the answer to something at work. How did you go about finding the information?
As nurses, there is no way that we possibly can know everything. Knowing who to go for help is the first step. At the beginning of every shift, I identify a nurse that I can use as a resource, such as the charge nurse, nurse educator, or unit resource nurse. This individual is generally someone that is more senior with an advanced skill set. If I am unable to get the answer from them, or they are busy, I look at the healthcare system's policy and procedure manager. If there is a concern regarding a medication dosage or interaction, I look to LexiComp.
Tell me about a time you failed. How did you deal with this situation?
Failing is one of the worst feelings in the world, either professionally or personally. Working in the ICU setting, patients die. We fail them when this happens. After every death, there is a debriefing to discuss what went well and what could have been done differently. I take the time to reflect on my participation in the event, and if there was something I could have done differently. Failure doesn't equal weakness. It simply is something that we must improve upon.
Describe a time when your facility was undergoing some change. How did that impact you, and how did you adapt?
One healthcare system I worked for switched from paper charting to electronic medical records and computerized charting. During this transition, it was confusing and often overwhelming. I was able to adapt quickly, but unfortunately, some of my coworkers were not able to. But we discussed each other, make notes for them, simplified the process into stepwise manner, so that everyone could handle it with ease.
Give me an example of an awkward situation at work. How did you remove yourself from the situation?
I once had a patient who made very inappropriate sexual comments towards me. At first, I ignored them, thinking it was a one-time thing. The second time, I told the patient that the comments were inappropriate, and I did not want to hear those things. The third time, I left the patient's room and went directly to the charge nurse. I explained the situation, and how uncomfortable I was in that specific situation, and caring for the patient. She gathered a team to speak to the patient. My assignment was switched for the remainder of the shifts.
Talk about a conflict within your healthcare team. What was the conflict and how did you handle it?
Conflict often occurs in the hospital setting, particularly between new nurses and more seasoned staff, as well as doctors and nurses. One specific time, there was concern from a parent that a newer nurse was not monitoring a patient's breathing post-operatively as closely as she would have liked. I was covering the nurse for lunch, and the mother brought her concerns to me. I discussed and validated her concerns. Once the nurse was back from lunch, I spoke with her regarding the mother's concerns. The nurse was very upset, and felt it was not my place to say anything to her regarding this. A parent's or patient's concerns should never be dismissed. I spoke to the nurse educator on the unit, to use the opportunity as a teaching moment.
Great. Thank you very much for sharing that. So, let's move on to role play now. I'll take the part of the patients or perhaps a relative and you'll take your professional role. The purpose of the role play is to get evidence of your ability to communicate effectively with patients. Use your ability to fulfill as much of the role play as possible. Do you have any questions?
No.
You have up to 3 minutes to prepare the roleplay. You will start the roleplay after that time. I'll let you know when 3 minutes are up. You can ask me if there is anything you are not sure about, and you can make notes on the roleplay card if you want to. Here's a pencil for making notes.
Thank you.
You can look at the card during the test, but you must return it to me at the end of the test. Please start preparing now. Thank you. Your preparation time is over. You can now start your roleplay. Don't worry if I stop you when the time is up.
Hi, good morning. My name is Morris Brown. I am one of the registered nurses in this clinic. How may I address you?
Hi, good morning. You can call me Lova.
Hi, Lova. What brings you here today?
Nurse, my daughter is suffering from constipation for the last 2 months.
Oh, I see. May I know her name, please?
Her name is Junie.
How old is she?
She is a 4-year-old nurse.
All right. Lova, could you please explain to me what exactly has happened?
I really wonder why, but once she started going to school, she appeared with constipation. She passes the motion only once in 4 to 5 days.
Oh, I see. Does she have any other symptoms?
No, nurse.
All right. You can stay away from worries. Constipation is one of the most common troubles among school-going children.
Is it? But, what might be the reason for this?
Being a mother, your concerns are quite reasonable. And I am really glad to explain them to you. Before proceeding further, I would like to know a few details about your daughter's condition. May I ask you a few questions, please?
Sure, of course.
Did she have any change in her diet recently?
Not really.
Alright. Then what about her water consumption? Does she drink enough water?
Actually at home, she is not really fond of drinking much water. And I'm not sure about the things at school.
Okay, did she take any medications recently?
No.
Okay, I see. Now I can explain to you the major causes of constipation. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sure please.
In children, the most seen causes are lack of water intake and decreased consumption of fiber-rich food.
Okay. But, how can I make her drink more water? She hates drinking water so much.
Don't worry, I have solutions for that. Children always hesitate to drink a lot of water together, but instead, you can give her small amounts of water at frequent intervals.
Yes, that's a perfect strategy.
Exactly. You can also give some fruit juices as her preference, and there are some edible ice cubes available. You can even give that to her. Children enjoy taking these kinds of things.
Yes, I believe she may also love these.
Great. In addition, it is very good to include more fruits and vegetables in her diet, can you?
Sure. She loves fruits. I will add some vegetables too, as you said.
That's perfect. I really appreciate your willingness.
Thank you for your words. Being a mother, I have to, isn't it, nurse?
Yes. So, let me summarize points to you. Provide more fiber-rich food, such as orange, whole wheat, pulses, etc. Make her consume an adequate amount of water. Include a good amount of fruits and vegetables. I hope it's clear for you.
Sure, nurse. I understand that.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nurse, I found my daughter so happy in school, and anxious as well as separated at home. It is really bothering me a lot.
Lova, being a mother, I can understand your botherations. Let me convey that anxiety and separation at home are an outcome of constipation. It might be because of the embracement they feel due to constipation. So, gradually, it will subside along with constipation.
Yes, I too believe the same.
Good. So, now you just follow my suggestions, and if the condition is not subsiding, kindly come back and consult the doctor.
Sure, nurse.
Great. I hope I have clarified all your doubts.
Yes, nurse.
All right. Thank you for listening to me, and if you have any further concerns, please feel free to contact me.
Okay, nurse. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
That is the end of your OHT speaking roleplay. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please, like this video and encourage us.
Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Kindly comment your suggestions and help us do better.